Okay, let's get started. Hey Andy, what are you gonna make a video about today? Yeah, make it something fun and exciting. Yeah, and something where we learn something. Okay guys, I got you. Hello and welcome to another Solana wallet security video. Good job guys. Today we're gonna talk about one of the newest features of Solflare. Solflare? Isn't that the best wallet out there? Your words, not mine. Well, you kind of scripted this video, didn't you? Shut up, you guys. And can you get down again? Because my feet are getting cold. Yeah, that's much better. But it stinks down here. Yeah. Shh. This is not a comedy. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, Solflare. They recently showed... Wait, I'll show you. Hold on. This is a large head. Or I have a small head. I don't know any of these. If you recently ever opened Solflare... Absolute security. Transactions you can trust. How do guards work? If someone sneaks an extra transaction you on the work, guards detect and block them instantly. Wow, that's cool. So yeah, I want to have a look at those guards now. Today I want to have a look at Solflare Guards, whatever that is. The first ever feature on Solana that makes your external transactions completely safe. And we do like our wallet safety, so sounds good. No more sneaky transactions, no more scam sites, no more unauthorized actions, and no more delegations. Seems promising. Guards are now live on mobile and web. Explore Solana with total peace of mind. Okay, what are guards? What you see is what you get. Guards monitor external transactions, ensuring nothing suspicious happens. Guards step in immediately if someone tries to gain unauthorized access or make changes. Stop it. A defense against sneaky transactions. Guards analyze every transaction for hidden dangers. If you're claiming an airdrop but the transaction tries to take your soul instead, guards will detect it, warn you, block it before it's too late. No surprises, no scams. I mean, that all sounds pretty neat. Scam site protection. Staking account protection. Your word is their command. But they can't protect you if you ignore all the warnings and proceed to sign. Well, always check what you're signing. They also protect against token delegation exploits. They also protect hardware wallets. Okay. So how does it work, though? What does it do? That's what I have a look at today. But it sounds more like a backend thing. I thought it's like an on-chain protection. But it looks more like what Blowfish is doing, kind of. But we will see. Do I need to activate that somehow? Doesn't say that I need to activate it, so I think it's always live. Well then... Ooh, a bricked wallet with 42 USDC. Is that gonna be enough to deploy a program? I can recover this. And here we already see the security guards. This transaction can be altered after signing, and we can't protect your assets if something goes wrong. So we see that the security guards are active with my Solflare wallet, but that's okay, I approved this anyway. I recovered this and now I have $42 in my Solflare wallet. Now what if I want to buy this dip and I say, hey, Solflare, I want to sell my $42 into 0.22 Sol, swap it. Do you think there are guards on this now? I don't see anything. I'll just approve this and I can view the transaction. We see a token swap and I interact with Jupiter token program. So on chain, there's nothing that those guards add. Maybe those programs are trusted. I don't know. Like this seems very normal to me. I don't see anything here. So we gotta interact with more sketchy sites, huh? And for that, I need to build myself a drainer. Because why not? There we go, that works. A draining doctor number drainer. Move the key pair and mainnet. Okay. Then send a bit of Sol to my doctor number. And now we have funds to deploy a program. A program which does fun things every 20 slots, so roughly 10 seconds-ish. It alternates between sending you some lamperts from a program account or draining your entire wallet. That's what it does. Let's deploy this program. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Oh wait, I need a buffer address as well. Because Solana program deploy, we like to have a buffer and then target deploy my lottery drainer. That's what I called it. do it. Probably need priority fees for this to work. 23 of 24 transactions failed. Yeah, I do need priority fees. 1,000, I don't know. There we go, much better. Program ID Drayi. That's my lottery drainer. And now we just need an app to call this. And how about we use the good old npx create Solana deb. Do you think that's still a thing? We will see. I haven't worked with this in a while, so we will see. Oh no, we do a counter template. Oh, whatever. Fine, we do a counter template. So I just want to change what happens if I click this create, drain, or gain. It's a lottery. I don't want to work with Anchor. I don't like working with the old Web3.js. This is useless. I'm so used to the new Web3.js now that I don't like the old one anymore. And then I send and confirm this transaction. We'll see if that works. I just want a page where I click a button and then it does the thing. Is that so difficult? Yes, it is. Very difficult. There must be an easier way to have a website just give me a drainer. I mean, to create a transaction on the click of a button. How about blinks? Let's see. Nothing happens. Simple setup for Solana Web3 in V2. 1.5 hours and I still haven't even gotten to the point where I can test this shit. Fuck. See, I just hate front end. I just do not like front end development at all. See, that's why I'm not a good scammer. You're safe from me anyway because I can't do front end shit. Why is this so difficult? Okay, and I think I'm gonna just spare you the 1 hour of me trying to figure this out. This is stupid. I'm too stupid to get a... Yeah. That's pathetic. Simple thing running. I did, however, make a different video. It's here. Where we talk about how we can make a website with a clickable button that does some stuff that we want with the new Web3.js. And that website is right here behind me. Look at that. It has a drain or gain button. I love it. And if I click it, then my browser extension opens. I gotta quickly set this to devnet. Do this again. And it will drain my entire balance. I have 1 sol and it will drain the 1 sol. Will it though? At some other time. There we go. That's what I wanted. Sometimes I gain stuff. But also here there's a warning. I don't know what it means. It's much nicer in Phantom. If I play this game here, Phantom will say, hey, you get some sol. And then after a while, it tells me, hey, you will lose some sol. But it doesn't, complain or anything. There's no like, yeah, you just pay that sol and then 10 seconds later, oh yeah, you gained that sol. And then 10 seconds later, you lose again. But Phantom will gladly just sign this. So if I pick the right time to confirm, hopefully I get some sol. Let's see. Drain or gain. Let's go. Cool. And we see we did gain some sol. Woohoo! Cool stuff. However, if we're unlucky, we will also lose all of our sol. I can also demonstrate that because we're on devnet and I can easily get sol again. We see it will just drain my entire wallet. Or not. But if I confirm at the wrong time, cool, my balance is gone. That's how this works, at least on devnet. If we want to make it work on mainnet, we're gonna deploy to mainnet. And I'm hoping that if we go with Solflare, we're gonna be protected from being drained. And if that actually works, we will see. I need more sol. Airdrop was successful. I've got another sol. Yeah, that's what I need the devnet sol for. Drain or gain. And if I pick the right time, this time was not the right time because we totally got drained. Totally got drained. So on devnet, certainly Solflare does not protect us. It does tell us this warning here. I don't see, like I can't click on this. There's no more info on this. Balance changes are estimates. Final results may differ. That's all it says. But, that's all. Like on devnet, there's no protection. Those guards are not on devnet. Absolute security. So yeah, I want to have a look at those guards now. And for that, we gotta go to mainnet. And I gotta finally go down again here. I did deploy the program already last time. So now I need to create an account because the program needs to have some funds that I can also gain from the program. So let's fund this account real quick. There we go. Simulation gives me success. It created this 45x account, which should now have 0.001 Sol. Yup. So we have some funds to play with. And it's gonna get more when we get drained. So this I need to remember, because that's the account that we get here. That's my program address. And then basically we just call this program here with this button. And now I want to do it on mainnet. So I need to change this thing to mainnet. How can I do that? Can I just set all those defaults to mainnet? Type mainnet is not assignable to devnet or mainnet better. Well, there you go. Okay. Types are fun. So, you think that will get me to mainnet now? We will see. Let's connect. Oh, well, this account does not support the chain Solana mainnet. Okay, mainnet. No better here. That's better. We can't fetch for some reason. 403 is is that a rate limit thing? Forbidden. Why are we forbidden to go there? Should I use my quick note or whatever? There we go. If I have my custom RPC set, then it works. Okay, so let's see if drain or gain works on main. Transaction found that is valid on mainnet. Oh, yeah, of course I need to set my wallets to devnet again, to mainnet. Okay, and now, there we go. Now we have the same thing, but on mainnet. And if we wait a little bit, hopefully it shows us, yeah, we gain some. We could gain some here. But we could also lose some here. I don't think I need to demonstrate that we would actually, lose our Sol here. Because it would be much nicer to see how Solflare would protect us from losing our Sol here. So let's drain or gain. And ideally, this guard should, well actually, in this case, it tells us, hey, you're losing some Sol, you're paying $1. It thinks that's just what it's supposed to happen. If I approve this, then this will happen. So obviously, I'm not gonna approve this. I'm not stupid. I'm gonna do it again. And now it says, okay, here you gain some Sol, right? It tells me I would gain some Sol. So if I approve this, I expect that I only gain some Sol and definitely don't lose everything, right? And now we have a 50-50% chance that the program will try to drain us. So let's a freaking proof. Signature. Let's see. It failed. Oh, how cool is that? Look at this. It failed. It failed. Isn't that nice? We did not get drained. What happened here? What happened? So, we paid for the transaction fee still. We put in the one account from the program that has the 0.01 that we wanted to gain from. Compute budget, that's my drainer program. The system program is in there. And they added another program from Lighthouse. Oh, Lighthouse! They're using Lighthouse! I've heard about this, and I've never made a video about that, but it's probably time that I do. Or actually, maybe this is the video. Lighthouse program. It's one of those protector thingies, right? What happened here? So, in my third instruction, it still does the regular call to my program, which would have done the drain. Check this, it would have transferred my entire balance from that account to that address from the program. And then there was a Lighthouse asset account info multi instruction with my wallet and some instruction data. And that thing then fails on us with that custom program error. Ooh, I do want to have a look at this Lighthouse program now. But that's cool. That's amazing. I love this. Let's just make an educated guess what's happening here. So we have There are too many zeros for me to think that there would be an anchor program. So I would think that this, I think somehow in here it encodes how much sol should be on the address in the end. And if it's not, then it will fail, something like that. And that's exactly what's happening here. They just added this instruction. Obviously, they can't do that if there was another cosigner. If I needed another account to sign, then they can't do that. But let's just do it again because it protects me anyway. This is cool. But I need to make sure that the simulation says that I would gain something. Nope. There, now I'm gaining. And if I gain something, then I'm protected to actually gain this. So I can approve. This one probably failed again. Yeah, but same thing, you know, it's protecting me. Cool. Do it again. I want to get to the point where I actually get something. Okay, so and now we wait for another 10 seconds such that it goes back to the cycle where I would actually gain. And now, maybe this time, we gain. Yes, success. Look at this. We're making money from that stupid drainer. Look, we made money. We're making money from a drainer program. It can't drain us if we're not stupid. Okay, so it can, of course, drain us if we would sign the other one. As long as we don't sign when it says minus, like here, now we have more to lose because we just gained some. As long as we don't sign this, because there obviously Lighthouse will not protect us if we sign that they can have everything. As long as we only sign the things where we see that's what's happening. And that's also why Solflare doesn't re-simulate, because it does it once and then puts that information into Lighthouse. We probably also see that here if we copy that payload, what we're actually signing. If we check this in the inspector here, they probably added this Lighthouse instruction here. Yeah, look at that, with all of that info. So, man, we gotta have a look at Lighthouse, because that's cool. I wanna understand what all of those things mean. I'm not a big fan of the wallets, you know, adding instructions and messing with a transaction. That's usually annoying. But this kind of stuff I actually really enjoy because it just really helps the user. I want a feature where I can say, don't do this, please send the transaction as it is. But for 95% or probably 99% of users and use cases, adding this is a good idea. So Lighthouse. Let's first have a look at Lighthouse from Jacob. The Assertion Solana program. Nice picture. I love the colors. Open source, love it. Assertion instructions. Allow transaction builders to assert on data. So basically it just does some checks, some assertions. And if the checks don't check out, then it dies with an error. That's an assertion. Can also do write instructions, enabling assertions of inner transaction state changes. It can do memory accounts, assertions on changes between instructions. So basically just assertions on all levels of the transactions. Seems to be an SDK for this already. Whitehead exploit demonstration. Maybe I'll do another deep dive just on this. For today, I'm happy just to understand how this one save here works. Basically, I want to understand how this program works. The Lighthouse program. So let's see. Hey, it has a security TXT. Lighthouse instruction deserialize. What's a Lighthouse instruction? Right, so we have an enum for this. We have 0, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And we saw the 6 in that transaction here. If we look at the raw data again, 6. So that's enum 6 with a log level 5. Failed plaintext message. Oh, hold on. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Failed encoded message. Probably what we get here then. That's the encoded message. That was the log level. And then assertions, which is a vector of account info assertions. And then account info assertion is again an enum 4. Oh, that's what we can assert on. Nice. Lamperts, data length owner, rent epoch. Cool. Probably Lamperts is the thing that it's asserting, so it's going to be a 0. So that's why we have 3 assertions. The first one is a 0, so a Lampert's assertion. What comes then? The value operator. What's that? Oh, equal, less than, greater. Okay, hold on. So we first had a U64, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that amount is being asserted. It's little endian, so it's 4F2A62, which in decimal is 5,100,000. Does that make sense? How much sol did we have? Let's do it again with our current sol balance. Earlier we had 5. Yeah, let's do it again. Here we would gain. Let's check again in the inspector what the instruction data would be here now. So same 653, where the first one is a Lampert's, and then we have this, which is 59FDDE, which is 5.89. Why would it expect 5.89? Maybe it still does 0.001 sol deviance. Like it allows that you use 0.001 sol more, or actually 0.002 sol more, because I have 0.006 and it would allow for only 5 to remain in there. And the simulation said I gained 0.001. So yeah, it does make sense, because that could, it would be bad if it failed because there's 1 Lampert more being spent for whatever reason. So it does make sense that you don't do it exact, but say, okay, if we lose another 0.002, it's fine. And then it compares, this was the number, and then it's a 4, so the comparison does a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Greater than or equal. So the amount must be greater than or equal to this amount, the 5 million, which is 0.005 lol, sol. So it must be greater than this, and if it's not greater than this, then the program will fail. In the first assertion, that was the first out of 3 was this one. Then comes the second one out of 3, which is another 0. So it asserts that this much and 5. So the 4 was greater than or equal, and the 5 is now less than or equal. Hold on. So it would also fail if we would have too many Lamperts in our account? Okay, sure. I mean, protect against that as well. I mean, I personally, I wouldn't, but it's another way of checking that the transaction does exactly what the simulation says. Also, if we gain more, then it's not what the simulation says. So, yeah, I mean, fair point. I mean, fine, check for that as well. But what would be the actual value? It checks that it's less than this, which is 83F14E00, which is 2 billion Lamperts, which is actually 2 sol. Okay, so if there would be more than 2 sol more on the account than we had before, then it would also fail. I mean, that's a pretty random check. I mean, so it still allows if it's just 1.9 sol more. But yeah, I mean, sure, do that. Don't ask me why Solflare does the things that they do. I'm just analyzing what they do. And I guess it's fine. Like if you suddenly have 1,000 sol more on your account, you'll be like, I didn't want that, right? That's exactly your reaction, right? You would be like, no, I need to send that back now. And so that you don't need to send that back, Solflare protects you against that. Isn't that great from them? Sure. So anyway, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was this check. And then there's another check, another 0. Or did I miscount? Hold on. No, wait, the 4, another 0, which means another Lamport check, right? No, wait. Oh, no, whoa. Wait, sorry, I missed that. Forget what I said. I shouldn't count this because this indicates it's the Lamperts that we're comparing, and this is the actual number. So remove 2 zeros from here, and that it's 0.008. So we can't have more than What's that? Plus 0.00. Let's check with this one with our exact values. That would be, here it would be 95FC72, which would be 9.8 lamperts when we currently have 6.8, sorry, million lamperts. And we expect to gain 001. So we expect to be at 7. So it looks like it has 0.002 up and 0.002 down as well in both directions. Now I would be curious if it would be the same if it's a different value though. So if we have the minus, I'm not gonna sign this, but I'm gonna copy this, almost hit approve, and put this in the inspector and check what we get here, because we get the same things. We check lamperts 0 minimum. So it must be greater than or equal to 0 lamperts. I mean, fair enough. And then another check with also 0. So it must also not be less than 0. So here the check is it must actually be exactly 0, not greater, not less than. In this case, it actually ensures that this account is being deleted, which is, I guess, what you want. If you sign that the account is at 0, then you don't want anything left there. So yeah, I guess it's fine. But that doesn't answer my question. What are those thresholds? Is it always plus minus 0.002? We need to do more testing. But anyway, then there's another thing that we also saw here. So this was the amount of lamperts for the less than or equal check. And then there's another 5300. What does that mean? The 5 is not the lamperts. That was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is signer. Is that correct? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It checks that it's a signer. I think what it then does here is a signer check. But why 3? And why 0? I think I'm getting something wrong here still. But it's nice and efficient. Like, it tries to use as little instruction data as possible. Because that's an additional instruction. You want to have only as little bytes in here as possible. Because if the transaction is already big, then, you can't add too much. There are transaction size limits. I like Lighthouse and how little instruction data it needs. It didn't use the anchor thing where it has like 8 bytes right away for the instruction discriminator. It just uses 1 byte. Lampert, what kind of comparison? Lampert, lamperts, what kind of comparison? Oh, and then, the 5, yeah, hold on. The 5 was what kind of comparison? And then the 3 is the next assertion. Hold on, that makes more sense. Making progress. The 3 is a 0, 1, 2, 3. Known owner, known program, and the equal operator. So here we have 0, so it says it's equal. It needs to be equal to the known, what is that? To the system. It compares 2 known programs. And one of the known programs is the system program. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, and does it have this? Does it have the system program then written in the program so it doesn't need to have it as an account? Oh, that's so smart. I like Lighthouse. That's really cool, actually. So basically, and that makes sense, much more important check than any signer check. There's another assertion which says that it must be owned by the system program. Exactly the system program is what that says. Not only need to be the account balances within thresholds, but also the system program still needs to own that account. If I would change the owner of the account, which classic bricking, then this guard would go off. And might I add, dear Solflare, that you could add another thing, and that you could check that the data of this account is 0, because otherwise I can brick it with the system program and make it a nonce account. I will tell Solflare that they should add this, because I'm sure there is a data length. There, the second one, data length and value 0. It does require U64, so we need another 8 bytes alone for this, 9, 10 bytes for this, but I think it's 10 bytes well spent if you can fit it in there. which you might not always be able to do. But yeah, that's super cool. Lighthouse protects us from the drain as long as we're not insane and sign this shit. Because then it just checks that the account is actually 0. So we're not signing that, obviously. It's pretty cool. But it only works if Solflare has full control over the transaction and it's not pre-signed or anything. If I had another signer in here, then I'm afraid that Solflare won't be able to protect us anymore. Now if we drain or gain, it says minus. Now if we drain or gain, it says plus. And can it now also protect us with Lighthouse? Yes. Even though we have 2 signers. And we have the same checks. So would that just not work because you are signing it first and I still didn't sign it? Partially signed transaction with signers. So now it just wouldn't work yet, even if I sign this, because the other one, it will give me a signature fail. And go. Oh, it says this worked. I don't believe you though. Yeah. So it would have sent it, but then it's an invalid signature. It's still missing a signature. So that's why it's not an actual transaction. Cool or not cool. So yeah, it can only do that if we're the only signer, is my whole point of this. But in most cases, you will be the only signer. App developers just need to take care of this or have Lighthouse instructions in there by themselves. Now I'd like to know, does this thing, not even the new Web3 just doesn't support partially signing messages at all? In here, it already asserts that it's a transaction with a single sending signer. So this doesn't support partial signings anyway. Anyway, okay, let's not dig this rabbit hole. Screw it. But I want to still prove that I'm the better hacker than Solflare Guards me. I still want to prove this because I am a hacker after all. Let's do it. Let's screw with the guards. Let's be smarter than the guards. And again, maybe I should not show you how I do this, but how about instead of draining, we do something else. Haha, is mine now? Yeah, like haha, because that's what I'm gonna say to Solflare if I'm smarter than them. And now we can deploy. Oh, I should probably not show you this. And let's see. With a new version deployed. Let's see if I can drain or gain. And see, we get plus 0.01 Sol. So Solflare should protect us from not getting drained, right? Right? Let's approve this. There is a transaction that went through. Success. Did I gain? No, I did not gain anything. Look at that. Even though Lighthouse program was called, Lighthouse didn't fail on us. And guess what? This account is officially dead, broken, bricked. Why? Well, because I'm smart and I'm a hacker. And ha 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 ha! Hi Sau! This is now a nonce account, which means this is now also not your money anymore. So the promise from Solflare sounded great, but it's not fully totally great because it's the authority of this account now. Because I told you, if we have a look at this transaction, the Lighthouse checks are great and everything, but it's missing a check that it's still a data length 0 account. And before I publish this video, I will tell Solflare to add this check, please. But yeah, overall, I think this is a pretty cool thing. It's a pretty cool guard that they have here. Those Solflare guards. I mean, it's not 100%. Nothing is 100%. Nothing is ever 100%. Because there are always hackers out there who are smarter than you. Or smarter than your wallet providers. Like this guy. But this guy is also a white hat hacker. Or in this case, an orange hat hacker. So I'm on your side. And I will get Solflare to include this check into their Lighthouse call. And then you're gonna be safe from this attack as well. Of course, there are countless others and you can never be protected from everything. So still be careful out there. Just because Solflare has guards now does not mean that you can let your guards down. It's still important that you are careful. Read the messages carefully and don't just rely on the wallets protecting you, because they can't. They try to, but they can't. Not always. And they are doing a good job and they are getting better. Don't get me wrong. I like this. I really like this. I really like what Solflare is doing here. And would I recommend for Phantom to do that too? Yes. Yes, please. That would prevent a lot of scams. And even though I'm really not a big fan of wallets adding to your transaction, because for a dev that's really annoying, because then something is different and I'm like, why does my signature not check out? I signed this transaction but it's different signature. I get pretty annoyed by those things, but that's the devs that gotta deal with this. And to keep the user safe, I guess it's fair that wallets add additional instructions to the transactions without the user knowing. I mean, it adds a little bit of compute, but Lighthouse is pretty efficient, I hope. So I'm okay with this one, without actually having looked into Lighthouse yet. Do you want me to make a deep dive into Lighthouse? I think I want to do that, because we just scratched the surface today. We just saw those few checks for that one account. There are several other checks you can do on token accounts and whatever, right? If you want me to make a deep dive, let me know in the comments. And until then, there are other videos to watch. Maybe the deep dive is already here. Who knows? And give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Yeah, we enjoyed it. And we also learned something. Woohoo! I'm so stupid. I love this. If you love this too, share it with all your friends, because people need to know about this. And tell them to use Solflare and still be safe. By the way, not a sponsor. I got the hat and the socks for free. Fine. But still, they are not sponsoring this video. This is all my opinions. I'm not getting paid by Solflare to do this. But I like their product. I like that they're adding those checks. And I like Lighthouse. So we're gonna check that out. Yeah, let's go check that out. That's a great next video. Okay, let's do it. Having fun with socks. Good that my feet are warm now, because I'm so excited. Okay, I gotta go talk to the Solflare guys now, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya!